Ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news in the sport of boxing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this seems to be a reoccurring, theme of what's been going on. Now it is seemed to have come back to the Shakur Stevensons and the Teofimo Lopez's. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Garcia blasted Shakur and Teo for ducking Marchula. Our trainer Robert Garcia says champions Shakur and Teo both turned down fights against unbeaten phenom Raymond Marchula in favor of lesser opponents. We all know our team, Haratunian, and then Steve Claggett. It's just the Claggett situation is crazy. We all know our team. He lost to Ghost, like I said, and we all know the situation between Shakur and the Ghost. We thought we was getting that. That didn't happen, but clearly it seems like these guys have taken the road of not taking the high risk, and continue to take the reward. This is definitely crazy. I got my man Phonics in the house with me. What's your thoughts on this situation? It seems like a broken record in the sport of boxing. I thought we was coming away from these moments. What's your thoughts on this situation?
It's very disappointing. You're absolutely right. I thought we was too, but it's like that now. These guys is um Instagram and X boxers, formerly known as Twitter. You know what I'm saying? This is all they want to do, but they don't really want to fight the dudes that can really bring them the smoke. And again, it's like I keep saying, these dudes are so afraid of their records and they're afraid of losing the big bucks because they really haven't made any big bucks yet. Teofimo is on the verge and so is Shakur. So their thing is, yo, look, I can't chance that by, yeah, this dude is 20 and over. He's still really a nobody. So I can't chance that. You know what I'm saying? So I need a big name. And if I get a big name, yeah, I'm all in for that. But I'm not in for this guy, you know what I'm saying? And he might possibly take me out, you know? And Shakur Stevenson needs to be really careful because fans are forgetting about him. I'm just being honest. Like,
You
he's
think
not on
so?
anybody. Yeah, he's not on anybody's radar.
Elaborate on that, because it seemed like he was the darling. Wasn't it seem like he was the darling about a year or so ago?
He
What
was. And
happened?
his last two fights, I mean, we've seen the last one, he looked horrible. And the one before that, he didn't look that good. You know what I'm saying? And his inactivity. You know what I'm saying? He's not around. You know what I'm saying? He's nowhere to be found unless he's on Instagram or X. You know what I'm saying? He's not fighting anybody. Yeah, I mean, yo, boxing is already a niche sport. Niche meaning it's only a certain group of people that are really, really hardcore fans. Everybody else is just novice. They only come out for the big fights. You know what I'm saying? And he hasn't established himself yet in that kind of realm. So yeah, he's currently being forgotten about. So he can keep it up if he wants to. You can keep it up. I mean, keep fighting nobodies. And yo, nobody's gonna. You're not gonna get them big fights. It's just the bottom line. The Tiafimos will. Come on, man. Come on. Look at Ryan Garcia. This is his second big fight.
Right. It seemed like Ryan Garcia. Don't it look like they all boxing in different ways? It seemed like Garcia. He looking to get paid too. Like he don't mind taking the L depending on who the opponent is.
Right.
Some. Go ahead. What do you think about that?
No, you're absolutely right. Hell yeah.
And they try to clown Ryan.
Yeah, him and Rolly Romero. Rolly did the same thing. Come on, man. He knew he couldn't be no pit bull. But yo, that's a good payday. You know what I'm saying? You know?
But I mean, it was something that people wanted to see, especially. Well, I mean, obviously, it seems like he. Obviously, I don't believe Ryan can beat Devin. I think it is a mismatch, but they selling it. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they selling it through the internet. Look at the foolishness that goes on between these two all day long. I wonder when they have time to train because this is all day long with Haney and Garcia. You know, I'm not more worried about Devin Haney, but I'm more worried about Ryan Garcia. Like, dude, are you really even locked in on this fight? Don't mess around and get hurt. No, you know what I'm saying? Get put in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? You're not training to your full capabilities. You know, and one thing I say, or we're gonna talk about him later, so I won't say nothing. But yeah, man, these guys got to stop it. Teofimo too. He didn't look that good in his last fight, and he went on a bit of a tangent. after the fight. He was sounding real weird and funny. So he needs to get his head back in the game. But both these two fighters that we're talking about, if they don't pick up the pace and get more active and start taking these hard fights, they're going to be forgotten about, and they're not going to get booked for no major fights because nobody's going to want to see them.
Right. I'm with you. Like I said, it's crazy. It seemed like you said with Shakur, people didn't like his last fight. I remember he fought De Los Santos. People felt like he ran around the ring the whole entire fight. He tried to release some footage to say what he really was doing, what he was. I mean, but people wasn't happy. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Shakur's last fight under this contract. You know, uh, do you see him as a pardon me, a pay-per-view fighter? Obviously we know what Top Rank is doing with ESPN, ESPN Plus. What do you think the PBC should reach out? What do you see his market? Because Rolly could sell some pay-per-views. You understand? I know
You
Rolly
know,
might not be able to do nothing in that ring, but he gonna sell some pay-per-views. What
well,
do you
his
see?
time is over. His time is over. His time
Yeah,
is over for
yeah.
that.
But back to Shakur, what do you see him doing outside of Top Rank if he went that route? Could he be a pay-per-view machine?
I mean, he could have been, and I'm not saying he can't. But if he go to PBC or if he go to Matchroom Boxing with Eddie Hearns, oh, they gonna get him some tough fights. He ain't gonna be just lollygagging, and he gonna have a certain amount of time to prove himself, or that's gonna be the end of Shakur Stevenson. So again, he can talk all he want online until he start taking some more fights and being more active and taking difficult fights. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know, boxing is still look. Let's not get it twisted. Boxing is still trying to survive. UFC it trumps boxing by a long shot. It's super popular. You know what I'm saying? And boxing, yeah, they can still draw the fights, but how many of those fights are we getting every year? You know what I'm saying? For I don't think we're gonna see an Errol Spence Bud Crawford this year. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
It's
so who's gonna be a super fight this year? Who gonna be that big fight? Who gonna break the bank?
oh, man, you're right about that. Hey, we got a lot of time, so let's see what happens, man. We got a lot of ways to go before the end of this year. We're gonna find out, but it's definitely crazy, man. Hopefully these guys figure it out. Tio has definitely been electric ever since, having a few setbacks. Tio has definitely found his stride, in my opinion. Um, just like I said, I wish all of these guys done but the best. But people want to see these fights and they're gonna be on them until they give it to the people. Nonetheless, it's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more boxing news, updates, and more.